Well, hey, good morning, Blue Lulus. Let's get into it. There's a lot. Yesterday, the Midas Touch Network came out and said that they were making perhaps the most important video that they had ever made yesterday. And that was because the Supreme Court race in North Carolina is attempting to be taken by the people on the right. They basically said that they don't believe that Allison Riggs was the rightful winner of their contest because she only won by something like 750 votes. And so in response, they basically went through and they said that there were 65,000 people that they don't believe were legitimate. And so they revoked their little tally sheets, right? 65,000 people. Amongst those people were her own parents. They were on the list, and it's worth noting that they took and just so randomly chose these places from areas that are predominantly on our team. Now, Midas Touch said the most important thing that we can do is to make sure that everybody knows about this, but I think the most important thing you can do, Midas Touch, is to recognize the fact that the reason why they think that they can get away with this is the fact that they already have several times in the last few months. Because watching that video reminded me of one that I saw from David Manasco back in January. So I went through and I reposted it. It should be in one of my most recent reposts. And he talked about the place where Las Vegas is, right? And how they must have just so accidentally whoopsie-doodled several 100,000 foreign language speaking tickets, right? Because there was only 21,000 Spanish-speaking tickets that were issued in this contest, and there was like 1,200 Filipino ones, even though that population makes up about, I can't remember if it was 2 to 8 million people in that area. And when David Manasco called the secretary who was in charge of all of these special things, he was like, does this sound right to you? Does this sound consistent with your reality in previous contests? And they said, no, that's impossible. Somebody must have fat fingered that, and they did not. So making these things just magically disappear is something that they have been doing all along. I know that you're a giant platform and that you don't want to look like a cuckoo banana pants, but here we are. The reason why they think that they can do it right now is because they've already gotten away with it. So use your voice and say something. I watched a video that was an awesome opinion piece from the New York Times, and they were discussing like why the Joker thinks that all of these tariffs are going to be effective. And basically what they did was they tried to even out the trade deficit between us and any other country because he just automatically thinks that deficits mean that people are cheating. And the country that he thinks is cheating us the most is called Lesotho. Do you know where that is on a map? Me neither. Here it is. This little tiny place right over here, that's Lesotho. And they sell us about $228 million worth of goods every year, while we sell them $700 million of goods every year. The difference is they have diamonds and they're expensive, so we buy diamonds from them, but that's virtually their only export, and they don't have a lot of money to spend on other things, so they can't import nearly as much to us as we do to them. He thinks this is cheating. And so he put 50% tariffs on everything that comes from Lesotho. That's how stupid he is. There's nothing grifty, scary, or cheatery about this. This is just a normal relationship with a larger country and a smaller country. And this asinine idea has led to our stock market shrinking 8% in 2 days. Representative Brian Schick came out and said that the average person who's in their 70s right now, who's paid into their retirement and their Social Security their entire life, lost 30 grand in the last 2 days, 10% of their total life's earnings, just because this dude does not understand basic economics and thinks that a deficit is automatically a bad thing. Oh, it's so tiring. And though we are weary, we are not too tired to get out and be out in the streets today. I won't because of the melanin, but there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people that are hitting the streets all over the globe today to protest this absolute tomfoolery. And the White House already came out and they said, no matter what you do, there's no amount of protesting that would ever lead the president to change his mind. And then someone else said, oh yeah, we know that that's probably going to happen, but just know that the president's give-a-fluffs are all out and his anti-give-a-fluff is at an all-time high. Yay for democracy. You know that they're not just talking about us, right? Team Red, that they're talking about you too. They don't care how you feel about any of this. They don't want your consent in going along with their evil plan. And we know that his give-a-fluffs are broken because he decided not to greet the remains of the 4 soldiers who passed away during a training exercise in Lithuania and went to a golf banquet instead. Their names were Sergeant Jose Dueña, Sergeant Edwin Franco, PFC Dante D. Taitano, and Staff Sergeant Troy S. Knutson-Collins. This is how the people of Lithuania sent them on their way to meet their Lord and Savior. And our Cartman-in-Chief decided that it was more important for him to go golfing. Thank you, Lithuania, for giving our fallen soldiers the respect that they deserve. And my heart goes out to those family members who are dealing with the compounded grief of losing somebody so special, and the slap in the face from knowing that our leader has no interest in greeting them when they get back here. But if it's any solace to you, it's because he's completely crazy and demented and has absolutely lost his mind. Because according to Christina Talks Tea, the Joker came out the other day and said that he had had a really great conversation with Lee Iacocca about all of the tariffs and the things that he has done to the automotive industry. Because, of course, he put 25% tariffs on every single vehicle that comes in from the United States. And he said that Lee Iacocca thought it was a wonderful idea and he just could not wait to see the impacts that it was going to have on our automotive industry. One problem. He past tense, homie. This is when he passed away. So is somebody in your administration catfishing you as Lee Iacocca? Did you dream about it and you just can't tell whether or not it's real life? Or are you just clearly making stuff up and lying at all times? Oh, you know, he does that. It's all about entertainment. He's just trolling you. You have Trump derangement syndrome. Save it. He does not know which direction is up. He does not know if the sky is blue. That man is 2 sheets to the wind. He is this close from wandering around the streets in his underwear, and we are all suffering because of it. So every single one of you people that are out there today, I know that what you are doing is important. I'm sorry that I can't join you, but I am so proud of you in advance. And to you, Miss Caroline, we're not out there to change his mind. We're out there because we want to make sure that the people who are in charge, who have the ability to take him out of there, recognize just how unpopular that he really is. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, comment, and a follow. I'm so glad we have at least 75 days together. As always, you guys keep your eyes up, especially if you're in the street today. Keep your feet on the ground. I'll see you next time. Ta-ta!